Alright, guys, so I'm going to talk about God, and God is behind everything. You could be one with God, yeah, that's true, and in a sense, you are God because God makes up everything, but God is also a personality. He has many personalities, all the Hindu gods and Christian God, Islamic God. Those are all different personalities, manifestations of Him in form. He takes form for His devotees and for those who worship Him in different personalities and different specialties and stuff like that, like Shiva, Ram, all those things. That's God in a form that you could pray to. But find whatever form of God or that you like. You could just call it God, and that's still like a personality or like a form of God. Like because God is also is also an entity in creation. He's also an entity that you can connect with and connect with. Like God isn't impersonal. Like God is very personal, and even the impersonal form of God has a place where He's personal. Like all of creation. That's kind of what like all of creation is like that, and that's how you can pray and work with creation, is in the sense that everything has a personal identity. Like the wind would be Vayu, or and when you start reading about gods and goddesses and stuff like that, like you realize they are like energies or powers that make up the human body, but who you pray to is the personal form of that energy and power, you know? And God is the same way. He's all of this consciousness and bliss and life that flows into life and love, but he also has a personality that you could get to know and connect with. And one of the things I do every day now, and I've been graced to have this realization and priority of and have my priorities right. I know that God is my all in all. God is the top priority. God is what sustains me. God is what nourishes me. And I just want to connect with God and feel God's love and feel God in my heart. And what I'll do is every day, I'll lay down for 30 minutes to an hour, and I'll just feel my heart, and I'll just say, in breath, God, out breath, God. And I'm letting God feel my heart. If there's pain or suffering in my heart, I'm calling out to God with that pain and suffering, knowing that He'll quench that with His presence and with His grace. And I'm showing that I have my priorities right, that I'm showing that my utmost desire is to have God, connection to God, and to feel God in my heart. And if you just do that for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, you should feel a whole lot better. You'll feel better. God will answer that call if it's an honest call. God wants to love us. God wants to forgive us, all that stuff. And this is the maximum, this is the true form of refreshment, revitalization, rest. Rest in the divine, love from the divine, nourishment from the divine. This is how you truly reset yourself and get recharged. And we go so long without doing this. That's a very heavy burden on our heart. Not reaching out to God, not feeling God's love. And so you could feel that burden and use that burden as fuel to call out to God. And like we live in a world where 15 minutes of our time seems like such a big deal, but it's really not in the scope of things. Like call to God for 30 minutes a day. Like put some dedication into it. Like Paramahansa Yogananda says, many people feel like they don't get a response from God, but if they meditated and prayed for 3 days and 3 nights, they would surely feel the presence of God. Like, that's something to keep in perspective, and it doesn't even need to be that long. But, like, yeah, you gotta, like, if you actually show dedication, even to gods and goddesses or God, dedication is met with grace, and they will make you feel them when the work is there, when the dedication is there, when the desire is there, when the need is there. And yeah, And if you do it every day, even if you don't feel it right away, within a couple weeks, you'll start to really feel that presence of God. Because if you meditate on God, calling to God for 30 minutes a day, God will definitely answer that call. And He will soothe your heart, and you'll feel the love of God in your heart, the presence of God in your heart, and you'll feel so much better. And, yeah.